about the routes which are going to be used during the upcoming summits. And this is a press statement on traffic management plan for the non-aligned movement and G77+China summits. Uganda will be hosting the non-aligned movement and the G77+China from 15th to 23rd January 2024. The summits will be attended by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, visiting heads of state and government and delegates. The main venue for the summits will be Commonwealth Speak Resort, Munyonyo. The main routes for the summits will be 1. Kampala Entebbe Expressway to Speak Resort, Munyonyo. And this will be the summit route or the main route. Next, it will be Kampala Entebbe Expressway to Northern Bypass, Binaisa Road, Morago Roundabout, Yusufulule to Nairo Avenue. It should be noted that the summit route, which is Kampala Entebbe Expressway to Speak Resort Munyonyo, covers a stretch from Entebbe International Airport via Kajansi Interchange. The corridor is expected to be tightly regulated and with the diversions and holding of traffic and other road users. However, the regulation of traffic flow will take into consideration of local and international flights to access Kampala or the airport. The following are thus the expected diversions. 1. At Mpala, traffic will be diverted to Entebbe Highway. At Kisubi, traffic will be diverted to Nakauku Road and access Kampala City. At Kajansi Flyover, traffic will be diverted to use Kajansi Flyover to Rubowa, then to Zana. There will be diversions also at Serena Chigo traffic lights, Mutungo Chitiko traffic lights, and Busabala traffic lights for any vehicle sighted along Munyonyo Spur. There will be a security checkpoint to screen all vehicles and diversion of motorists at Munyonyo roundabout to face Salama Road and Buziga. Any motorist approaching Munyonyo and Gaba Road will be diverted to UCB Road to access Buziga Rukuri. At Northern Bypass, there will be a diversion at Busega Flyover and at a slip road to restrict vehicles from accessing the Kampala Entebbe Expressway. There will be another traffic diversion along Northern Bypass at the Sentema, Nansana, Bwaise, Karelwe, Chebando, and the Chisasi Interchange, Flyover, and slip roads. At Bwaise Flyover, traffic will be diverted to Sir Apollo Kagwa Road to access the city center. Traffic police will hold traffic flow at other road junctions, access roads, and regulate it to the movement according to the movement of the delegates. We thus urge all motorists to comply with traffic directives. No motorcycles will be allowed to access the summit route, that is Entebbe Airport to Speak Resort, Munyonyo. Some border stages along the summit routes and hotels where the visiting heads of states will be residing will be relocated and absorbed into other stages during the summit period. And this has been ongoing, implemented by the joint teams of KCCA and Uganda Police. The traffic police advises all travelers who have flights at Entebbe International Airport to plan their journeys in time to avoid the inconveniences or delays. Lastly, we appeal to the general public to demonstrate patience and extend courtesy to the summit delegates. Thank you. Maybe if I can also take you through the map, I show you the map of these routes. So this is the map for the routes that we have talked about, and the green one indicates the main routes which are going to be used.
Update on our security readiness towards the NAM IGAD G77+CHINA summit that is scheduled to take place from the 15th of January. Now, as you're all aware, Uganda as a country is hosting the NAM IGAD G77+CHINA summit that is scheduled to start on the 15th of January until the 23rd of January 2024 at Speak Resort, Munyonyo. Now, some of the international delegates have started arriving, and we've ensured their safe arrival, and would like to warmly welcome them to our country. We continue to await the remaining delegates up to the 15th. Now, this Davos summit is expected to attract 4,000 foreign and local delegates, whose safety and security remains our #1 priority as the joint security agencies. It is a summit that will host crucial world leaders, including heads of state, representatives of government, delegates from international organizations and agencies, whose details, of course, we cannot give at this stage. But of course, as the joint security agencies, we would like to inform the public that we've been working hard to ensure everyone is safe and secure. We have put in place a comprehensive security arrangement that considers several dimensions ranging from airport security, deployment at all traffic routes, marine security at Entebbe International Airport and Munyonyo, management of convoys, access controls, close protection of VVIPs, public order management in case there are any public order concerns that may arise at these venues and within the greater Kampala area. We also have air surveillance, air and drone surveillance from the police air wing and the UPD Air Force for suspicious activity that they will be monitoring from the air. Then we also have crime prevention awareness through proactive policing. This will be done by mostly the community liaison officers and public relations teams. We also want to inform members that the security for the major hotels that will be accommodating the VVIPs and delegates, as well as first aid and quick medical response, has also been taken care of. Now, as usual, we won't go into the specifics of our security detail for safety and security reasons. But as observed already, for those who have been moving within the city and the greater Kampala area, you have noticed how security has been tightened. We have effectively deployed visible and non-visible manpower to detect, to deter, and disrupt any range of criminal activity. And this comprehensive arrangement, like I said, involves that mix of overt and covert officers who have been deployed in and around all venues and routes. We have deployed search and screening technology. We have dedicated canine teams and that are being utilized through the event from the airport up to these venues. The command center at Munyonyo, then also at the national police headquarters here in Naguru, are already in place. We have CCTV monitoring and even communication centers in these 18 divisions are already in place. Our specialist response teams are in place. They are already at selected locations. And of course, we have those who are also patrolling in their rapid formations. Now, these security measures are not fixed. We are regularly and constantly reviewing them to ensure that they remain effective and appropriate. And it comprises of police, UPDF, we have general duties, CID, crime intelligence, ISO CMI, counterterrorism, canine, fire rescue, police air wing, UPDF Air Force, police services, traffic. It is really a well comprised and composite team. Now, to the delegates who have arrived and those we anticipate, we warmly welcome them to the Pearl of Africa, and also to, first of all, reassure them that at this stage, we do not have any specific threats that have been directed towards the summit. So together with the organizers of the summits, the joint security agencies are going to continue working together to ensure that the event has the most appropriate safety and policing plan. We also want to encourage all delegates to cooperate with the requests of our security teams in and around the venues, especially when getting through the check and such points. And we also want to further remind them to be vigilant and report anything that does not feel right, for instance, unattended items and suspicious or unwanted behavior from someone to the security officers who are at the venues. Now, to all Ugandans, this is a major moment for us to shine on the world stage as a country and as a community. Let us remain as friendly, as warmly welcoming, as hospitable like we have always been. Both our community liaison officers and public relation teams will continue to share information with people who live or work in the neighborhoods of these venues, Munyonyo, all the way up to Entebbe International Airport. And we know that they will be impacted by the heightened security measures and traffic flow plans. So these teams will be meeting and talking to several families, local businesses around the area, and giving them updated information on safety, security, traffic flow, and so on throughout the duration of the event. All in all, we have a very comprehensive security. We have very comprehensive security measures in place to ensure the safety of delegates to the summit, and we also want to call upon the delegates, the public, the organizers, that if there are any crime and safety concerns, they should not hesitate to call the National Operations Command Center on the usual numbers, 0776 999 136, and so on. We want to wish all delegates a safe and enjoyable Davos Summit. Thank you.
Transport, specifically border operations, during the summit's period, that is from 15th to 23rd, both the non-aligned movement summit and the G77+CHINA. According to our census of September 2022, we have 37,307 border riders in Kampala. In Makindye alone, we have a total of about 97 gazetted stages, but currently we have been having more than 300 stages in the Makindye division. The objective of this operation is, one, to manage and restrict border congestion, to improve security and safety, to increase street visibility for pedestrians and motorists, since most of the stages have been blocking pedestrian ways and motorists turn-offs, especially at junctions. And we are using a multi-stakeholder methodology where we are interacting and engaging several stakeholders and institutions, including the border leadership, Uganda Police Force, crime intelligence, and area political leaderships. We have identified the relevant border leadership. We have sensitized them on the need for orderliness, and we have gone on several stages sensitizing them about the need for order. Together with the border leadership, we have designed an inclusive plan, especially during the summit period, and we have identified and have commenced the removal of stages from specified summit routes. We have intensified enforcement, and together with the Uganda Police, we are rigorously enforcing the Traffic and Road Safety Act. During the summit, we shall continue with sensitization. However, the following routes, which are the NAM or summit routes, are not going to have border stages. The borders may ride along there, but there will be no stages allowed. We have a list. In Central Division, we have removed over 48 stages, and this is along Parliament Avenue, King George, the 4th Way, Saidi Bari Avenue, Nile Avenue, Kintu Road, part of Yusuf Lule Road, Access Road, Wampeo Avenue, Upper Kololo Terrace, John Babiha Avenue, Kafu Road, Sezibwa Road, Cooper Road, Starrock Road. Those in Central Division shall not have any border stage. In Makindye Division, the following roads We do not expect any border stage there, and they are not going to be there. 1, Lukuli Road, Hanlon Road, Mobutu Road, part of Namasole Road, Wavamuno Road, Gaba Road, Mbogo Road, Press House Road, Prince Badu Kakungulu Road, Lukuli Link, Muyenga Road, and Mbogo Road. There will be no stages there. We have removed 190 stages in total on those roads in Makinge Division. Post-summit, we shall continue with the sensitization after the summit, and we shall regulate the border stages across the 5 divisions of Kampala, as well as enforce the relevant guidelines. Part of those guidelines shall be, we expect not more than 10 border bikes at each of the stages that I'm going to mention. And these stages are going to be 1 kilometer apart. The total number of motorbikes per stage at any one given time across the city shall be 25,946. The proposed riders in the whole city currently stands at 51,893. This is because riders usually alternate in 8-hour shifts and some of them work at night, others during the day. The border stages across the city are going to be 425. There may be reviews along the way, but currently we have mapped out 425 stages, and these have met the Physical Planning Committee approval. There are other issues that we are undertaking in the city, like trade order, where people have been trading in the middle of the roads or at the roadside or in regular places. We are dealing with this. Development control, which includes illegal structures that have been constructed along drainage channels and on or besides roads. We are working on these, and we continue to call upon people who are putting up these extensions to desist from that act. Children rescues. Yesterday, we conducted a children's rescue where 259 children were rescued. These were verified and taken to Masurita Children's Village in Wakiso district, where they shall be counseled, skilled before they reunite with their families. While there, we shall also identify their families and we dispatch them to their families after they have undergone counseling. In the same operation, we arrested 15 adults who were facilitating the trafficking of children. These are going to be taken to court and will be prosecuted adequately. Greening. We continue to green the city. You have seen several roundabouts, several roadsides, and several key places that have been greened. We are painting and also appealing to the public, property owners, especially along road routes, to paint their properties and pave. You realize that some of the areas we have restricted access by some property owners who have not paved their frontages. This shall continue, especially for those that have not complied. In doing this, we work under the Physical Planning Act as amended of 2020, specifically Section 29. We are confiscating stray animals. These are eating the flowers, they are feeding on the trees that we have planted, and a menace to traffic as well as hygiene of the citizenry and residents of Kampala. Once we confiscate them, we take them to Lufula, where their owners can come to pick them and either take them out of the city to farms or pay a fine and have them slaughtered. So for the period of the summit and beyond, because at the moment, since September, we have confiscated over 650 animals. That is inclusive, that is all cattle, cattle inclusive of sheep, goats, and cows. So this shall continue, and we shall ensure that we have a livable city, and within the summits, a city that will create the dignity of Kampala and our country, for God and my country.
Shame is hopelessness. This is a sign of hopelessness.